Welcome back to Inside Post Challenge. This week we're going to take a look at the SHAM Stakes from Santa Anita Park. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Law. I'm joined by Ed DeRosa. Ed, we are back for another season Inside Post Challenge. We got a lot of great prizes for this year's contest.
We do.
First things first though, let's get to this week's race, the SHAM Stakes. We're going to the Pro Ride at Santa Anita. This is the first race of 14 in the Inside Post Challenge. We're going to go all the way through the Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Stakes. We got a lot of stops along the way. This is our first one.
It is, and it's a pretty good one in terms of a competitive field. I don't think any of these horses are listed on many polls, so in terms of Derby favorites at this point, not a lot to look at, but in terms of Derby favorites after this race, with an impressive performance, obviously in a graded stake, any one of these could jump up.
Yeah, I went in here, I looked at Richard Mandella's horse. I figured the way Mandella and Bejarano are firing at the current Santa Anita meet, that I just couldn't get past this. Called Pleasantly Perfect. It's Setsuko, I believe is the correct pronunciation. The Wertheimer brothers, certainly no strangers to the winner's circle out there at Santa Anita. They won the Breeders' Cup Mile with Goldakova and obviously have had a lot of success in the United States and with Mandella. Goes turf to synthetic in here, but he has a proven record on the synthetic track. Only one win in 5 starts on it, but he was on the board in 3 of those other races out of those 5 starts. So 4 for 5 in the money in there. I think there's a few horses in here that might take a little bit of money, including Bob Baffert's The Program. Sure. Certainly not many strikes against him in here. He breaks from the rail. Baffert's having just an unbelievable Santa Anita meet.
Yeah, Bob Baffert, I think, in terms of trainers, he went into the Hall of Fame last year, but knowing what he thought about synthetics when they came out to Southern California and seeing the way he's adapted and what he's been able to accomplish, to me is very impressive. And the program, as part of his program, certainly merits a lot of respect. Just to his outside is Kettle River, Owen Hardy training for Darley. I know he's high on a lot of people's lists. He's sort of been under my radar just because he hasn't run in stakes competition, but the allowance race was good closing, which is pretty much the style out there. But he did run against Bulldogger, another Baffert standout from last year when he made his 2-year-old debut, so the class seems to be there. I'm actually going to go to the far outside for my top pick. Next Door Neighbor, to me, looks like one who could jump up here with the 1 1/8 since he jumped up when he went to 2 turns in a 1 1/16. Mike Smith gets aboard this one. Lido Palace is most known for Vineyard Haven. Is his progeny, a 7 furlong mile type, but Lido Palace, a distance runner when he was at his best, several 1 1/8 grade 1 wins under his belt. So I think this one could relish the distance and jump up and win the Sham.
Yeah, and he ran a very, very good race, in the first time stretching out over 2 turns, like you said. Figured with Mike Smith, he'll be able to get that perfect trip in here. I think you got to take a little bit of a look at a long shot in here.
Oh, yeah?
Another guy that's a big factor out there in California. A lot of times you might think this is crazy, but when you look at this guy's record, Kwan Mung Cho brings in Viva Machos, a horse 0 for 8, hasn't won. But I tell you what, this guy has had horses in graded stakes races in California, a lot of times with 3-year-olds that hit the board. So, take a little bit of a flyer, depending on the price.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't look at this horse with any serious consideration if he's 15 to 1 or less. I don't think, but sometimes strange things happen in these 3-year-old races.
Yeah, we see that every week, and even when the logical contenders win, Dwayne Lucas, the king, had a horse who finished 3rd in the Risen Star last week, and I think he was around 40 or 50 to 1. So certainly trainer angles are a big part of the Triple Crown Trail, and there's some big names in this race.
So we've given you just about every horse in the SHAM Stakes. Well, not quite, but there are 10 horses. You got a good puzzle to get started with in the Inside Post Challenge. Like I said, there's 14 races. The winner of this year's contest, this spring's contest, leading up to the Triple Crown and through the Triple Crown, will receive 2 tickets to the Breeders' Cup World Championships, both 2 tickets for Friday's Breeders' Cup Day and 2 tickets for Saturday's Breeders' Cup Day. So you are going to want to get signed up, signed in, get your picks in. Second place is going to receive, and we just received them here in the office in Lexington the other day, 2 signed prints from artist Fred Stone one of Rachel Alexandra, the other of Zenyatta. So
Very nice.
Yeah, I got a chance to take a look at those. Maybe we'll have those on a future episode. We can
That'd be a
show
good
those
idea.
off a little bit. No point in showing off the Breeders' Cup tickets. We'd just be holding up tickets. But anyway. And then third place, you're going to get a signed copy of our Foundation Mares book, which is produced by veteran bloodstock editor John Sparkman. So 3 really great prizes. Get your chance to compete against handicappers from all over the country and against us.